One morning you wake up, and just like you always do, you pick up your phone. As you scroll through social media, it looks like everyone has made it. Some are in luxury cars, others are sipping coffee on the other side of the world. And suddenly, this thought crosses your mind. I want that too. But how? For most people, wealth is only associated with money. But in reality, wealth is not just money. Wealth is born from respect, patience, belief, planning, and sometimes the willingness to lose. Money is simply the result of that process. So when we ask, can you become rich without risk? The answer isn't just financial, it's psychological. Throughout history, humans have always wanted more. Economies started with bartering, then moved to gold, paper money, and now digital systems. But one thing hasn't changed. People are still chasing gain. And at the center of that pursuit has always been risk. Think of a farmer. When he plants seeds in the soil, he's essentially placing a bet. If it doesn't rain, all his efforts might go to waste. But he still plants, because he knows you can't harvest without planting. That is the fundamental philosophy of wealth too. No wealth is ever created without planting, trying, failing, and taking risks. But everyone sees risk differently. Some move forward with small steps, others play big. One investor might put millions into crypto, while another might invest a few saved coins into a small business. But here's their common ground. They both take risks. Some may say, I became rich without risk. I inherited it. But inheritance is also a risk, because protecting wealth is an art. Becoming rich is one thing. Staying rich is mastery. Many people rise, but because they don't understand risk management, they lose it all. Balance is in the nature of wealth. You shouldn't be too fearful, nor should you leap blindly. A lion doesn't pounce right away. It waits, observes, then strikes. It takes risks, but smart ones. Humans should be the same. Take calculated risks. Look at today's billionaires: Jeff Bezos, Elon Musk, Steve Jobs, Warren Buffett. They all took massive risks, but these weren't acts of blind courage. They were backed by analysis, patience, vision, and planning. When Musk founded Tesla, he was on the edge of bankruptcy. But he didn't say, I'll either make it or die. He said, either I succeed or I learn through trying. If you measure wealth only by bank accounts, you're mistaken. True wealth is freedom, the ability to control your time, to not take orders, to walk your own path. But that freedom always comes at a price, and that price is risk. Because risk doesn't mean the possibility of loss, it means the possibility of growth. Without risk, there is no progress. Every comfort zone is actually a hidden trap. Why do you think people stay in the same job for years and feel miserable? Because without risk, they can't grow. They want to stay safe, but that safety slowly becomes a cage. Remember, ships are safe in the harbor, but ships weren't built to stay in harbors. And neither were you. If you stay in your harbor, you'll never see the ocean. Yes, there are storms, waves, the risk of sinking. But there's also the chance to reach the horizon. That's why wealth and risk are siblings. One cannot exist without the other. No one has reached the top without taking risks. But everyone who has taken risks has learned something valuable. And finally, never forget this. Every path to wealth comes at a cost. You either risk your money, your time, or your comfort. But one way or another, there is a price. There's no gain without sacrifice. The secret to wealth is to pay that price wisely,